Ireland's most famous hurling families, Aisling Connolly, and winner of an All-Ireland as a player and as a manager, not you, Davy Fitzgerald. How are you? You're welcome, Davy. How are you?
Can I just say, John, you were in there so quick, it was like you had a horse with you.
So I won you, she's looking stunning tonight.
John,
No.
you know I love you dearly. When I heard that reference that if Waterford win the All-Ireland, you'd be going on a horse naked, I said, oh, John, what will I come back to you? And it's the talk of the week for you. I'd say you're getting slagged about it everywhere, are you?
Yeah, it is indeed. Looking back, it was back in May, I suppose, and we were actually here, and Pat Spillane, he came out with the statement that, you know, anyone outside of the top four, he'd happily ride into the winning county on the new one in the horse. And I suppose Egypt here then said, well, Jesus, you know,
I go home better.
I'd go home better if Waterford won. Now, it was out of elation. I said I'd happily do it. But I tell you something, Des, I have one for you. If Galway won the weekend, now, I can't promise you what type of sight it will be me going down, but I tell you what would be one sight now. If Galway won the All-Ireland.
Yeah.
Imagine this lady riding down on a horse. I tell you, Des,
I was full of confidence at the start.
I tell you, Des, they come from all over the wins.
Grania Godiva. Yeah. But have you been on a horse before?
No, I haven't, no, and I'll tell you something, Des.
Well, it doesn't help to be naked.
I'm not getting up a no piebald pony, I'll tell you that now.
That's all right, we'll get you a lovely Connemara pony, John. Won't we?
If we pull it off tomorrow, the plan is Winterville is on in Waterford every December. I'm hoping to get involved in Winterville, and we're looking to raise a few bob for charity. And this team, they deserve a good holiday. We're so proud of them. This team now, they're not going to Liverpool or they're not going to wherever they go. This team now are going somewhere exotic, and we're going to raise massive money. There's massive money gone into the team. We're after putting our hands in our pocket leading up to this final. Win, lose or draw tomorrow, we're going to put our hands in our pocket again for this team. We're going to send them off somewhere exotic in the aftermath.
Well, my only advice to Grania would be...
Like your only advice?
Your fair complexion, get some Vaseline as well when you're getting it, you know.
As I said, I pulled my hamstring there about 7 weeks ago now, so I'm at to put on about a stone of weight, so the club championship is back, so I'm about a stone of weight to lose now.
Well, you lose it with stress on Monday if you have to do that, I'd say.
There'll be no stress.
Of course, like your passion always came through from that famous moment that, you know, you're always linked to when you spoke about your passion that all Waterford people would know. Let's have a look.
What was it like for you watching on the sideline in a game that was just topsy-turvy?
Things were just going through my head, you know, and because, like, you know, I don't want to leave the people of Waterford down, you know, because they're my life, you know. People of Waterford are my life, you know, and I love me county, you know.
We love John Malone! Come on, John Malone!
But that's a genuine passion, anyway.
No, absolutely, it's not fake. It's not fake. Look, I can associate myself. I have an attachment with the people of Waterford, you know, both on and off the field. But in the last couple of years, you know, we've suffered an awful lot, both city and the county. But you know what? We're starting to fight back, both on and off the field. You know, I'm very passionate about Waterford. It's a fantastic county to live in. We're a small pocket down in the southeast. But I'll tell you something, we are fighting back, but on and off the field. We have a bit of I'm not going to go into politics. We have a bit of investment coming in off the Arabs, about 300 million. It's going to rejuvenate Waterford City. We have the Greenway.
We'll give you a horse.
We have the Greenway. But I want you to come down next, say November, December, downtime. Want to get you down the Greenway. We'll put you up. We'll get you a big steak dinner in probably the Campbell Hotel.
All right.
Every man has his price. Desi's steak dinner.
We're fighting on and off the field.
Nice. Well, I'd love to go because Ray Darcy keeps singing its praises.
But I'm going to hold you to that now.
Yeah, okay. I look forward to it.
John's passion is clear. I think we can all agree. Yeah. But Aisling, you weren't even born when your Uncle Joe gave one of the most famous speeches in GAA history.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time I saw it, but every time I do see it, it gives you goosebumps.
It does.
Just because I guess it's so raw and so authentic, and it was Ascuelga. And And then you had like Joe McDonough sing a song. Like, who does that? And you know, in Croke Park when they win. And then it was very true because like there was people all over the world, like there is right now, and there's Glyndor and their crew, you know, for the game tomorrow. So yeah, it is a brilliant speech.
We're going to take a small just a small clip of it now.
Hep, hep! Hep, hep! Hep, hep! People of Galway, we love you!
People of Galway, we love you. He heard it somewhere before.
For young people, it was the Pope had visited Galway and said it. That's where it came from. But look, you then followed on and you played with the county and had great success with the Camogie. Were you always going to be a Camogie player in that family?
No, like I went playing when I was 7. And I didn't like it at all, and I left. And I know you have a 7-year-old, and then I went back up when I was 10, and I loved it.
What didn't you like about it at 7?
I don't know. I just said I wasn't going back. I just didn't like it. But then when I went up when I was 10, I don't even remember asking to go up. I think Mum and Dad just sent me up, and I loved it, and I took to it. And the best thing for me about Camogie and why I'm so passionate about women in sport is because it stands to you in your life off the field, and it teaches you discipline, and it teaches you, you know, confidence, and it teaches you teamwork and collaboration and how to hold yourself and carry yourself. And I do really feel like I have a few nieces, and I'd love for them to play sport because it really stands to them in later life, even in their careers. And if I wasn't playing Camogie, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to be here tonight. So
I'm sure Auntie Aisling will organise that for the nieces. The way the passion is there as well.
The passion is there, and the passion is there. Davy, though.
Oh, Davy is so passionate he makes the news.
Thanks.
Oh. And
an awful lot of the fans, I think, would have... Partly frustrated at the referee's decision not to award his side a free. 17 minutes into Wexford's defeat to Tipperary, Fitzgerald then became involved in a confrontation with 2 Tipperary players. Davy Fitzgerald has come on. Well, he's absolutely incensed.
He's the most passionate, but I personally, I love his passion for the game, but that's my own.
You
are
look
very
at that
passionate.
face, you'd think butter wouldn't melt in his mouth.
That was a great clip you picked. I played for 18 years. You might have found something else.
But
it's true.
But you are very passionate, aren't you?
Listen, on that particular day, I think Tip had scored 2 goals, and when Tip get in a roll and you give it another 10 minutes, and if they're in that form, you could find yourself another 3 or 4 down. And I remember my sister saying to me afterwards, like, why did you pause when you went out? You were out about 10 yards. And I said, I know I'm in big trouble here. But there was no turning back. Okay, it broke up the game, which was probably my thing, but did I deserve the 2 months? 100% I did. Yeah. Listen, I have no regrets. Them things happen, so they do. We didn't kill anyone. The only regret I had is that...
Not for the one to try.
No. The only regret I had is that Jason Ford got suspended. I was disappointed in that because, in fairness, it was nothing, you know?
Yeah. But you had a very good summer, though, at Wexford. You couldn't have done better in virtually.
One of the most enjoyable summers I've had, and I've had a good lot of them. I've been so privileged with playing with Clare, managing Watford, managing Clare. But this summer with Wexford was absolutely phenomenal. The lads gave me everything, and I have to say the supporters are absolutely incredible. Like we got promoted, got to Leinster final, and I thought we did really well, so we did this year, and I think there's better things ahead for them.
Yeah. And of course you had a great summer with Waterford that we all know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you did. Yeah. You got to an All-Ireland final.
Listen, I loved my time. Imagine having to train your man.
In fairness.
And there was a lot more than him there too. But you know what? It was incredible. Like I went in 2008, and I'd say they only brought me in for a month or 2 to fill a gap at the time, but I ended up there for 3.5 years. I think we got 4 semi-finals, 3 Munster finals, and an All-Ireland final. It was fantastic. They're very passionate down there, and I'll tell you, write them off at your peril tomorrow. They're going to be thereabouts tomorrow.
The De La Salle man has great hope tomorrow, haven't you?
Yeah,
The club, it's big for your club.
Yeah, it's a massive day for our club. 7 lads involved.
Wow.
You know, Kevin is captain, Derek is manager, Fergal O'Brien is the fitness coach, and then we've Mark Cooney is the goalkeeping coach, and then we've the other 3 players. It's set to have 7 lads involved. I mean, the atmosphere down in De La Salle the last couple of weeks is really after building, and we're so proud of him.
You played with Derek as well.
Played with Derek, what an incredible man, and you know, he's done so much for De La Salle, both at club level and at a college level. They've had hearty success and All-Ireland success. My fondest moment at Derek McGrath, he played in the 2005 county final, but we were chasing our first county final in 2008. He was absolutely flying it at number 11, and we were out in Pilltown under lights training the Tuesday night before the county final against Abbeyside, and he pulled his hamstring, and he broke down that night. I'll never forget it. Broke down, started bawling, crying, and then he broke down himself. The whole team, you know, nearly broke down, and we said we're going to do it for Derek McGrath. But you know, he was the bigger man. You know, it wasn't about himself, it was about the team. He re-galvanised himself. What a man in the dressing room, an incredible man in the dressing room. I'm not being biased because I have a family connection or a De La Salle connection, but he's just an incredible manager and an incredible man for De La Salle.
Well, that's well said. There's a more of a connection here because when John talks about it, this is John's sister Sarah, who's married to Derek, and we wish you best of luck tomorrow. It's a nerve-wracking few days. And beside me here is the family of Kevin Moran's family. This is Kevin's mum Marie, Kevin's dad Paul, and his fiancée Aoife. You're very welcome, all of you, and lots of other members from the Waterford camp. Paul, as Mum says, you can do the talking for the family. To have your young fella leading the team out tomorrow must be so special for you. Probably so nervous for him, are you?
Yeah, but you know, he's quite capable on the day. We've a lot of faith in him. Very proud day. We never thought this kind of thing would happen. Coming from Galway, ending up in Waterford.
Yeah. I wanted to come to that. You were a Galway man, providing a rock to Waterford like that.
Did
Did he do great for the county? He did, but he's a great lad. Do you get nervous at the games? You seem cool, man.
Somewhat. Yeah. Somewhat, yeah. But he's in control usually.
Oh, he's in control, yeah. But for you, will you send him a message tomorrow now, or will you leave him off?
No, I'll leave him off.
Will you? Yeah. And if they win, would you be calm in the crowd, or would you be excited? You know, do you get excitable?
I'll probably go in with John into jail.
Marie, best of luck to you all. Aoife, best of luck. It's fantastic. So I'll tell you, it means an awful lot, obviously, to all of these families from Waterford. And in Galway, it's fever pitch right now. Have a look at this. Resistance is futile with Teresa.
Yeah, I actually agree. Aisling, all joking aside, Galway people have often trudged home on this Sunday in September with one hand as long as the other. It's happened many times.
Yeah.
This is our time, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely think, and I'm confident. No, tomorrow, you'll have to wait another year. No,
I've waited 59 of them.
What's one more? No, I definitely think like Noel Larkin and Micheál Donoghue have brought something special to Galway. They're a more mature, a more balanced, a more consistent team. And I think we've solidified a few positions like full-back and centre-back. We're less reliant on Joe Canning, as we have been in the last couple of years. Conor Cooney's having a great year. Conor Whelan's having a great year. Jonathan Glynn tomorrow will add a dynamic.
Nothing can go wrong.
No one knows how that's going to work out. So yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be our day for those reasons.
And Davy, you're saying Waterford are right in it. They played a sweeper system. You have played it, and I find it strange. Do you get frustrated by the criticism of the sweeper system?
Yeah, it's been pretty out there for the last few years, you know, and I look at even Derek at times and the criticism he's taken below there, and it baffles me. Like he was in 2 Munster finals. He's in All Ireland. He's been in 3 semi-finals. He's kept Waterford to the forefront, and he obviously does it for a reason. When you talk about a sweeper, if you really look at every team and analyse it, I can guarantee you there's teams out there, the minute the ball goes over their half-back line, the 3 half-backs are gone back, their midfielders are gone back, their half-forward line has gone back in close to their half-back line. You've actually more defenders at times with the way they play, so you do. Whereas if you play like Derek plays, at times you have the one guy back there, he's minding 2, 3, 4. That means 5, 6 and 7 don't have to go back as far. I just think it's blown out of proportion. Maybe people don't understand it. So I do, but I admire the likes of Derek, who has stuck to his guns. Like, he came out in the Munster Championship against Waterford. He didn't. He went 15 and 15. And I remember being at the game, and I said, like, why are you changing? And he went back and he did the right thing, and I'm glad he did, because that suits that particular team. Does it suit every team? No. Like, Galway 100% are great the way they play, and I have to say it as well, like, Micheál got a lot of stick last year and he's done an incredible job, and there's a lot of steel, trust me, with Micheál Donoghue as well. They play to what suits their teams, and tomorrow is going to be great. I see 2 things. One, I don't think Waterford can go from the sharp ball. They have to play more sharp ball. If you start to hit it long on top of Galway, I think Galway will win it. And so it's going to be, can Waterford stay playing short, and how will Galway react to that? But it's going to be a cracker. I personally can't wait to go out tomorrow and enjoy this game as a neutral. It's going to be fantastic. And what an atmosphere I expect there.
Indeed. And John, quickly, why will Waterford win it?
I think, you know, after we defeated Kilkenny up in Thurles, what a joyful and emotional moment that was, you know, to come out of Thurles that night. I think we have momentum going with us, and we followed on with that win against Wexford. And I just think they're after kicking on. I think there's a belief there. I went down to the Granville Hotel to see him off today. They've no fear, and I think we'll do the business tomorrow. But just before I go, Des, I just want to tell you one story. There's a man, and I have to tell this story, and it upsets me that Conor Gleeson is missing the final tomorrow. Back 14 years ago, I was sent off in an All-Ireland semi-final, and I missed the All-Ireland semi-final, and a phone call came in, and you know, Conor, unfortunately, his mum and dad are up at Mary and them, and Jimmy are up in the audience there. A phone call came in that, you know, that Conor was after going through, that he needed a phone call to give him a bit of a lift up. And they asked me would I say a few words. Conor was only 8 at the time. And, you know, it was a very difficult phone call to make. And I remember coming off the phone that day and saying to myself, he was 8 years of age, and I remember saying to myself, this lad is going to turn into a non-believable chap. You know, and here we are, you know, 14 years later. Conor Gleeson, we're not going to forget him tomorrow. He was unbelievable. He's all-star form, you know, hurler of the year form. He won't be forgotten tomorrow, and it upsets me he's missing the final. But I'll tell you something. Tony Keady will be looking down in Galway tomorrow, but one sure thing, Shane Gleeson, Conor's brother, will be looking down the wall tomorrow.
That's a lovely way to remember that. Anthony, I'm delighted you mentioned, because that was on my mind. For any fella to miss the final like that is dreadful. Listen, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Have a great day tomorrow. You're all looking forward to that. Thank you.
Says Joe.
You're very welcome, lads.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
Very snazzy,
They're snazzy.
aren't they?
They're...
Paul, you had some great days down through the years of Waterford.
Oh.
You did. If you're top scorer of all time.
We did, Grania. I suppose we were lucky enough to have a lot of characters on the team, as you just heard one of them there for the last half hour.
It only seemed like that.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, we played in an era when, I suppose, not too long ago, but there was no helmets, and I suppose we're recognised as being, you know, people saw your emotions on the pitch, and you know, saw how you reacted to a score or a miss, and
It's a good point, actually. Yeah.
And you know, we were lucky enough also in Munster that Thurles was full most of the time, and I remember Dan, John and Owen came, the GPA rep, back in 07 or 08 when the GA were bringing in the helmets, compulsory helmets, and the lads were having none of it, you know, because they wouldn't be able to kiss the jersey after scoring a goal. You know, so.
Or kiss anything else. Well, you were fans of these guys growing up, weren't you?
But how could you not be?
Yeah.
You know, without, you know, you meet your heroes in the GA world. You know, I'm lucky enough to have not alone these two lads, but most of that Galway team, Noel Lane, Éanna Ryan, Martin Naughton, the great Tony Keady, you know, like they were just, when hurling was hard, you know, really, really hard. And you see some of the videos from the late 80s and there was no referee, you know. You see, you see the incidents, the rough and the tumble, and you know the characters that the lads had as well, apart from the two boys, and you know, just pure hard hurling. And you know, Tipperary came along, and the lads will talk, I'm sure, about their love for Tipperary now in a few minutes. And but no, like I mean, it's for Waterford to be now considered among those kind of top counties, because when I was growing up, unfortunately for me and lads like me in Waterford, there was the Cork players and the Tipperary players, and the two lads here, like they were the guys we were admiring. And luckily enough for the young Waterford lads at home at the moment, it's Austin Gleeson and so on, and you know that will grow for Waterford, be it tomorrow, be it next year, but we're here to stay, you know. That's the message.
But when, I mean, Jerry, you have spoken to me before, but like Jerry commuted. I mean, it was kind of you worked in New York in the winter, basically. Came back for the hurling in the summer. There was time of no work back then, was it?
Yeah, it was. I suppose it was hard. I suppose it was hard times, all right, but it wasn't really hard in a way. But you just, the money wasn't there. As you get older, you wanted a few pound more, like. So I was wondering where the work was. You know, the work was in America at that time. So we thought it was an awful long way away, but it wasn't really. You know, it's Australia now. You know, it's a long work, but
And would you have a strict training regime while you were over there, or were you just fit from the work?
Yeah, in Gelly Park that time, you know, there was a lot of, we're just talking about tip there. There was a lot of tip, you know, when we played tip out there, you had a lot of the county players out there that came off the tip team, Rav Callan, Ian Conroy, Liam Berger, and there was a lot of the lads there, so we used to have it hot and heavy. It's a smaller field, but you know, there was no helmets or whatever, but it was just
hot and heavy.
Hot and heavy.
There was a lot said there anyway. And nothing said there.
No, but it was a hot day anyway.
Well, we saw the results of the hot days when you came back, because I don't know if everybody remembers, but there was the tan, there was the hair, of course, and then the famous boots, and yet you never chased the limelight, even though everybody was kidding looking at you.
I left that to Tony. But I used to watch a lot of Miami Vice that time. So
was that it?
I said I'd give it a shot. Right?
Well, Pete was telling me, though, Jerry, that, like, you know, he had the flashy boots and the hairstyle and all, but you said he wasn't flashy doing the television interviews.
No, not good at all. Ger Canning, I think he started off 1987, was it all? You got man of the match, is it? Yeah, 1987, man of the match was Jerry McInerney, and big cheer. Jerry, you must be delighted to come back from America, don't you know, and having only played 2 games and having played no league match, and, you know, to get man of the match ahead of Joe Cooney and Tony Keady and whoever else. Jerry was waiting for a big answer. Yeah, thanks. And that's about as good as it got. You know? And then he turned to one stage and he says, Conor, could you help me out here? You want Conor to say the speech. Remember that? No, he wasn't good at interviews, but he was good on the field now, in fairness to him, yeah.
He certainly was, no question about that. Paul, the All-Ireland weekend, Gráinne and I were just talking about that, like, this is a great buzz and all, but...
And it's such a privilege to be a part of it, to be the 2 counties that are up there.
But for the players, the night before...
Well, I suppose there's only 2 teams will play tomorrow, and like, I mean, everyone will have the perception, I suppose, Des, that it'll be nice and calm in the hotel and things will go off nicely. And like, I mean, with the lads, you either travel up the night before or stay up. But like, I mean, there'll be fellas sleeping in bats tonight in hotels. There'll be lads bring their own pillows. You know, some lads won't like the food they get.
Yeah.
Why would they be in bats?
Well, yes, I'm glad you asked that one.
Well, I suppose if your designated teammate is snoring his head off and you have to get out of bed, and you know, I remember the All-Ireland semi-final in whatever year it was, one of the years we were bet, could be any year, and Seamus Prendergast slept in a bat, Brian Flannery slept in a bat, Paul Kelly, our hurley carrier, was tired the following morning. He couldn't sleep because Roger Casey was snoring. So all this kind of stuff goes on. But like, I mean, like in 08, I suppose we were kind of like rednecks up to Dublin for the All-Ireland semi-final, and, you know, do you watch up for the match, do you not watch it? And, like, how it went in 08, we should have come in and enjoyed the crack, really, and you know. But, you know, we should have had a few looseners, you know, and kind of things might have went better. But, you know, the way things are gone nowadays, the preparation will be down to a T. You know, the lads will get their timetable last week, you know, be in the Granville Hotel, bus leaves, dinner's at this, dinner's this, what's your menu? And as I was chatting earlier to Anthony Cunningham, like, you know, we're talking about the chicken and pasta thing, about the carbs and the slow release and all this, and we used to hate, you know, boiled chicken and pasta. And we'd go up to the room then and we'd have Mars bars and and you'd be wondering why you'd been knackered then the following day.
Jerry, this is a very big night for you tonight, and it's a different preparation for an All-Ireland final as well, isn't it?
Yeah. You're not hanging around here tonight.
Every night is a big night for me.
He's still channeling the Miami Vice.
Tomorrow is a big day, that's right. Yeah,
but you're going home tonight, you're going back to Galway.
Down, yeah, we're going back down again, yeah.
And why are you going back down?
Sure, just routine, you know, it's like, you know.
It doesn't have anything to do with garage by any chance,
I don't know, just we're around the place. The routine all year, so we'll just keep it the same, you know. So look at why change it. Well, you know, so look, you know, keep the shows, no big deal. Like, you know, it's a match, and they have to play a match, so it's a big match, but they have to play it and do their own thing. You know.
No more than Paul Moran, you have to sit there and go through it all with Garrod playing tomorrow. That'll be no bother to you. You'll be...
Yeah, because they know they're doing it all year, you know. So I know it's one of the biggest days, but sure, that's what you play for, that's what you train for, and that's where you want to be, and you know, hopefully it'll go well.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, we wish him well.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Now, there's no denying that in Galway, in Ireland, indeed, there was a cloud over this year's final because of the passing of the late, great Tony Keady. Remember, the greatest half-back line I ever saw playing, and of course Jerry and Pete, two of the other members of that back line. So we're going to remember the great man now, and we're delighted to have Tony's family here in the audience with his children, Shannon, Anthony, Jake and Harry, and his wife, Margaret. So you're very welcome. Thanks for coming along. You're very welcome. They were up in Dublin for the match anyway, and rather than watch it in the hotel, Pete says, come on in, and we're delighted to have them here. So first, let's take a moment to remember the great man.
This is really around this little area here it all started for me.
So an enterprising start. This is Tony Keady.
My first start for Galway really in championship was in '85.
Look at that half-back line. Peter Finnerty, Tony Keady and Tony Kilkenny. Tony Keady.
He came to me as a young lad days and like brilliant hurler, brilliant player, and the bigger the occasion the better he played. He believed like if there was 70,000 in Croke Park, they came to see him playing and he said, this is what we're training for, you know what I mean?
Like I've got a lot of rewards out of hurling, and I've played with some great men. I've played against some great fellas, but at the end of the day, sport is sport, and I enjoyed every bit of it.
That's a lovely piece. I think you'd agree. It captures what Tony was like. What are your big memories of playing with him, Pete?
I have so many memories. I knew him for 40 years. I played against him, when we were under 13, under 14. I think the first time we played together was with the Galway under 14s, then under 16, and then we played vocational schools, won 2 All-Irelands together. We played minor, we lost, we won another 31, and then we played senior together. You know, we've been together side by side for a long, long time. You know, he was an incredible person. You know, he was an incredible hurler. He was a great character. He was just unbelievable. He was up here 2 years ago. Maybe he gave him the man of the match. He showed it earlier on. And ironically, the day of Tony's burial, I was at home and I wasn't in great form, you know. And I said, I'll turn on the radio now, and I just listened to something else, you know, get away for a while. And of course, who was on the radio? Only Keady. Yeah, had to be on the radio. And it was the 2FM show, and they were getting ready for the Waterford and Cork game, and they were talking about that. And then they were talking about the start of, well, it's in it doesn't matter, start the Premiership, Mickey Mouse game. And they were talking about that, and then the next thing they were saying that they couldn't let it go without mentioning Tony. And they said that he'd been buried today in Ardmore. And then they said how he got the award here, and he was on the 2FM show in the morning. And he was interviewed and he was asked, you know, Tony, you got your reward last night after 27 years? And he said, I did, yeah. And he says, did you not feel guilty that you weren't there to collect it on the night, you know? And he says, not really, he says, sure, it wasn't my fault. And he says, Tony, you didn't turn up, like, whose fault was it? He says, it was your fault, RT's fault. And how could it be RT's fault? He said, it was because I looked at that tape again of that match. He says, I should have got that award at half-time.
Can we take a look at it? Can we take a look at it?
Shows it there.
We're going to look at that presentation to Tony now, because I'll never forget the moment.
But just to
It was a
remind
very
people,
proud one.
Tony and Brendan Linsky
Yeah.
were missing somewhere, having a couple of pints somewhere, but the lads are getting there. And he was presented with his man of the match. Was it 25 years later here or whatever it was?
Right here in the studio.
But the great Tony Keady there was the man of the match in the 1988 All-Ireland final. Seeing as how Tony managed to make it this time, we've decided to make a little presentation to him. So go on, you might make me that. Grania has, 24 years later, the Man of the Match award.
On behalf of Up to the Match.
Your memories of Tony, Jerry?
Sure, we had great old times altogether. You know, they were nearly too good, but they were good. We didn't realise it. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know, he's a great character, and it was all a bit of fun. Like, you know, you'd never have to watch the middle with him either. You just do your own thing. And we've probably in 87, 88 when we really wanted to win it. I suppose, like, it's a bit like now, really. I suppose we lost a few, and our time had come. We thought, you know, we didn't want to be beaten. You know, we didn't want to be. But we felt the line very strong. You know, we had a great team as well, like, around us. You know, we might get a lot of praise as well, but by Jesus, we had, you know, the team around us was, you know, you have to do it with you have to have the team, you know. But no, he was a great character, and he'd always have a laugh. Like, you know, he'd have great stories, like, you know, and they might be small, but he'd make a job of them. You know, I remember one story. I think we were out, Pete. Remember out in Boston.
Oh yeah.
I think it was very interesting. You know, we went down to Kilkenny one time, and I think I drove down, and Tony came with us, and we just had a pint or two afterwards with no Raby Cup. So we met Chunky O'Brien, you know, Chunky.
Chunky Kenny, yeah.
And we had a bit of crack and went around. Just we didn't realise there was many pubs in it, but we had a few friends. But we, on our way back, anyways, you know, we were going the wrong way. We were heading to Dublin. But there was an old squad after us, like, but it just brought us back and shoulders the way home. He knew Linsky, by the way. That was back then, nowadays. That's the long time. You might like to hear it here.
You can imagine how proud Tony would have been last weekend when his daughter Shannon won an All-Ireland Under-16A championship with Galway. Shannon, congratulations. And you won the final quite convincingly.
We did, yeah. Like, it was just a brilliant match. Like, I couldn't get over it. Like, I had worked so hard all year, and as a team, like, we had trained so hard, and literally, like, from a young age, all I wanted to do was play for Galway. I just wanted to follow Dad's footsteps and just make him so proud, and I was just so delighted we got to do it. And I'm still in shock, like, and we haven't even stopped celebrating yet, so it was just brilliant.
Fantastic, Shannon.
And there could be a couple of more medals, but the young lads sitting alongside there, those cheeky fellas there.
They certainly have it in them anyway.
They gave me a lot of stick about the suits. They weren't happy.
And we're sure that Tony's going to be smiling down on Galway tomorrow as well. So we want to give our special thanks to the Keadys for joining us tonight.
All right. And our thanks to the lads. Thank you very much for joining us, and enjoy tomorrow. Best of luck tomorrow. We've loads more to come, and we'll see you after this break. Honestly, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that you're here. What was